It's loud. A circus is going to be seared into my brain.
I'll try and fix it.
What the fuck?
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Tuesday Tirade Entertainment Talk Show with myself and Mr. Tom Connors from Midnight's Edge.
What?
Midnight's Edge After Dark, Midnight's Edge Archives, Midnight's Edge Espanol, Mead Radio, and any other thing that says midnight. How are you doing today, Tom?
I don't know what you're saying, but I can be in the cast of Coda now.
Excellent. All right. Wow, quality humor there, kids. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks for being here. Anything you want to start the show with, Tom? Anything fun, fascinating, good time?
Well, I think we're all tired of talking about Chris Rock and Will Smith.
Yes.
Not to be outdone, Ezra Miller had to go out and reestablish himself as King Bitch.
He did. But, he did it in a big way. We're going to get to that in just a couple
honestly,
of minutes.
though, I think we can do better than Ezra. There's probably other stories out there. Yeah, that was a dad joke, kids. There you go.
Yeah, all right.
No, there's not a lot of news going on, even though there's this Indian film that's ripping up the U.S. box office a bit called RRR. Yeah.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard about RRR.
It's actually playing about an hour or two away from me, and I'm thinking about going to see it tonight, but I don't know if I'm going to have time.
Really? What else do you have going on?
Well, we got Mead later.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
But Chris is supposed to be going to see it, and he's coming on tomorrow morning, Chris Gore. He's going to talk about that. I would like to, but it's 3 hours long.
Oof.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, that's a 6 hour.
6 hour, investment. Oh, my God.
Investment out of my life, yeah. So that may not happen, but Chris Gore recommends, and it did beat Batman's numbers last Thursday.
Batman.
So for an Indian film, that's no, short feat in the U.S. box office.
That is a big deal. It really is. I'm gonna have to consider that. See where it's showing.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a Tarzan-ish kind of story from the trailers. Yeah, but a lot of action. Yeah,
fun. Well, let's say hi to a few folks that rolled in here early. We got Rough Girl TV. Good to see you, Rough Girl. Olaf Von S is here with us. We've got Dragon Master 360, Tim Hayes, Trav 101, Terry Rose. Looks like we also have Dr. Dragon. What's up, Dr. Dragon? And
he's not just a dragon.
No,
he's a doctor.
That's right. Let's see. D. Bud Martin is here with us. We got Cody Guy. Greetings from the Cosmos, says the Cosmic Squirrel. He's pretty much geared up there. You can check out Cosmic Squirrel there. It's pretty awesome. Let's see. Anyone else roll in the door? Kitty Bear's here. What's up, Kitty Bear? Saw you. I think Kitty Bear was hanging out with you over on Toxic Femme last night, perhaps, if I remember correctly.
Likely.
Yeah. Got Jordy Lyons here. Good to see you, Jordy. Thanks for being here, bud. Appreciate it. Runner's here. Runner, what's up, buddy? Hope everything's going good with you, man.
Aren't you supposed to be doing homework?
He probably is doing homework. He's definitely, he could be sitting in his car or driving, because he's one of those drive and stream kind of guys. Yeah, the people you don't like, right, Tom? Morgan King is here. You didn't miss anything. Let's see.
Who don't I like now? I don't like anybody.
Yeah. Commander Ed Straker's Shadow is here. Toxic Man Flu just dropped a member chat that says it's a weave. Thanks for that, Tox. Appreciate you, buddy. Dreamer 84 is here. Yeah, you definitely got the sound that you needed. Absolutely. D-Bud Martin pointing out that Hollyweird equals Clown World. So the circus motif is perfect. Well, that's why I picked it out. The ever lovely Louvrien Imakara is here. I got a chance to hang out with Brahma Bull yesterday on Yelling at Park Cars. It was a good time. Let's see. Ed Brewer is here. Trav already sends us a super chat. £5 sterling. Thank you for that, my friend. That's proper money. Says, what would it take for this corner of YouTube to see the Daily Wire as a legit movie studio? On par with Blumhouse and A24, for example. I already think they're a legitimate studio. What do you think, Tom?
Are you talking to me? I can't hear you over the fucking intro music.
The intro music is over.
I'm still hearing it. Dun, dun, dun. That's all I can hear. No. What about what now? The Daily Wire. I take them legit. They got real people making stuff.
Yeah. I think they're legit.
I think the bigger uphill battle is going to be getting the
distribution
standard media to get on board with them.
Yeah. Yeah. And in distribution, when it comes to actual theatrical releases, are going to be a challenge, but I think they'll be fine.
For the whole, in the most part, though, most people don't pay attention to where a movie or whatever comes from. They don't know.
They don't care. But people like Tom and I do. And I already think of them as a legit studio. They have actual directors, producers, and stars that are already doing stuff for them. I can't wait to see the next Gina Carano project. They've had some good ones, great reception to what they've produced so far. So I'm pretty stoked. But I do see them as a legitimate studio. And I think that maybe they'll head for an Oscar at some point.
You're a legitimate studio.
Hey, I'm working on it, dude. I'm working on it. Speaking,
I can see through you, by the way.
You can see through me?
I can see through you.
The stripiness?
You're transparent today.
I am. Or trans something. But yeah.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, transparent. Speaking of transparent,
he's the bearded lady.
I didn't really enjoy that show. I know a lot of people did, but I was
yeah, that was from that one person.
Speaking of which, Olaf Von S says Chris Gore recommends. What does he recommend?
Chris recommends
RRR. Yeah, we're gonna try to avoid the rock and cuck show.
What is there really else to say at this point to be true about it? Like, until something is done about it, the only thing to really talk about is the fact that people are like calling for certain other people's awards if Will Smith loses his. And it's like,
you said that. Yeah.
I understand to a point on certain ones, and other ones like, okay, I still don't think Weinstein and Polanski should necessarily be able to keep theirs per se, but if they've got theirs, then no, there's no reason to take it away from Will Smith. He didn't do anything that was remotely bad enough to constitute that. But it was bad enough to where, I feel like something should be done. You can't just do that. I mean, even if Chris is not going to press charges, the Academy should make some kind of an example out of him. Yes.
There should be an example. There are arguments in the trades today, including one from Variety, that basically, says you can't get away with just an apology on this one. Well, there's going to have to be.
No, honestly, I think that the punishment should be some kind of fine of some type through the Academy or something or other, maybe even the acting guild. And he shouldn't be allowed at like the next few Oscars, and maybe even have his voting rights taken away for a couple years.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that doesn't seem like it's a very big deal, but for him to not be able to show up to the Oscars if he does get nominated in the next few years, that's going to sting.
Yeah, and he will, because when you win an Oscar, you usually have some offers that flood in. I don't know why. Nobody went to see King Richard. Did you see King Richard?
Well, I know why nobody went to see it, because it was day and date streaming. That's why.
Yeah, but it made like $15 million.
It would have had a plot. Look, this movie would have done just fine had it not been streaming at the same time. It's got Will Smith. It's about the the Williams sisters. It had enough going for it that it probably could have broke even at the box office. Add in the Oscar attention it finally got that was overshadowed by Will's slap, and the movie probably could have done pretty well on video. Right? Like they this along with a bunch of other movies last year was sacrificed to the golden calf of HBO Max. And honestly, it's probably one of the first films that Smith has done in the last few years that probably could have been a bigger film from not like a blockbuster, but you know what I mean? Enough that it you know, that it could have been well received and all that business. So I don't know.
Okay, to be fair, you're not wrong about day and date, right?
Well, what was the budget of this film?
I'm looking it up.
I'm willing to bet it was around 30-40 million dollars.
50 million.
Okay. All right. So not much more than I thought it would be. If it made 15 million to box office day and date, let's be generous and double that. Well, that's 30 million right there that it could have made in the initial box office run. Now, let's say Will Smith didn't smack Chris Rock like a bitch. He just won Best Picture for that. They could have re-released the film in theaters. It probably could have made another 15-20 million easy.
You're not wrong.
And the video sales definitely would have gone up. That's a given for any Oscar film. That is one of the main reasons why Weinstein bought up the Oscars, why everybody always wants these films to win, is because it gives a film a second life. And now, unfortunately, a movie like Coda, which didn't really have a first life to begin with, is not really even going to get that much notice. Nobody gives a shit about Parasite anymore or any of the other. What the hell won last year? That one with what's her face from Fargo.
Oh, Nomadland.
Exactly. Nobody's talking about Nomadland anymore.
Well,
not unless I just brought it up. But it looks like you guys want to talk about Ezra Miller. So let's get to these super chats and Ezra Miller.
Yeah, we'll get there. But I want to talk about this. I do, because I'm weird and I like numbers, and I like numbers. I don't agree with you. The film opened in. It's not like it didn't have a wide open, Tom. It opened in 3,300 theaters.
Yeah, but it was on HBO Max, and it's not an Avenger film. This is not the kind of movie this is the kind of movie you leave in theaters for a fucking year, wait for Will to win an Oscar, then it makes its money. That's my point. That's what you do with these kind of movies.
I agree with you.
Yeah, see, this is not you're going to make all its money in one fell swoop movie.
No, but it's not going to make all of its money in the second swoop either.
It could have. Had this been played correctly, Warner fucked it. I mean, we'll never know, but I think considering it did 15 million in the box office while being on streaming at the same time, that says a lot for a movie like that. Put it up against, the other films like Kong and shit like that came out, in comparison. I think it would have done okay. Now, would it have made bank? No. But I think it would have done okay.
Kong was a beast, though, man.
And you and I are one of them.
Yeah. Oh, that thing would have made a ton
left
of money.
Half of its money on the table at least
because of and Legendary wasn't happy, which is why they are taking their ball and going home. I mean, I know most people aren't seeing it that way, but
let's be real. This was Warner's prestige picture. Had they actually not done it day and date, they probably would have got behind it a bit more and it would have had a bit more advertising. Most people had no clue what the fuck it was.
I did, but
you did, but we're in this.
We're different. I know.
Right? Like if I go ask my mom what the hell that is, she won't have a fucking clue what it is. Sorry, pardon my language, but she wouldn't. Why? Because the advertising on this thing was horrible. They didn't advertise hardly any of these movies that went to HBO Max. There was a bunch of movies that dropped that were supposed to go in theaters I never even heard of day and date. And I barely knew about this movie. So that to me tells me they just didn't put the advertising behind it. And again, we could sit here and debate this all day long, but I mean, you could be right. I don't think it would ever made its money back per se in the numbers, but I don't know.
It's like, but again, I mean, it had an international box office that pulled more than the domestic. It pulled 23 million international.
See, there you go. So it technically did make its money back. Technically.
No, it didn't. It made $38 million.
Well, are you factoring in HBO Max subscriptions though?
No.
And we don't know what the video sales have been, and I bet you they would have gotten a boost.
Probably. That's true. So I'm willing to say that they're going to get some money that'll flow in.
It has pretty much historically been proven that no matter how bad an Oscar winner does in the box office, the video sales generally make up for it once they can slap one of those Oscar stickers on it.
Yeah. I don't know. Day and Date really did hurt all of the films in the last 2 years. There's no way to work around that. So, but I do have these super chats, and then we can jump on the not better than Ezra story. First of all, we got something. Lonnie Holcomb is here. Thanks for the $5 super chat, Lonnie Holcomb. Appreciate that. It says, just because there's no law enforcement involvement doesn't mean there is not a lawyer involved. I agree with you. Although
I think Chris Rock is just going to let it slide. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I agree with you. Keep going.
Nah, that's all I really have to say. Chris Rock has already gained everything he can gain out of this. Rich people don't usually sue rich people unless they got a goddamn good reason.
Yeah.
And Chris, he could sue him, but what would he walk away with? Not a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, really nothing to make it really worth the effort.
And it just would continue to drag out something that neither of these guys want out there anymore. I mean, that
goes right back to my last point. Nobody's talking about the fact that Will Smith won his first Oscar. The Fresh Prince won an Oscar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody's talking about that.
Which is weird because I would have assumed, again, he's had 2 other great dramatic roles, including Pursuit of Happiness.
Well, he's been nominated a couple times. It's not his first nomination, but
6 Degrees.
He got nominated for Ali, and I think for the 7 pounds or whatever.
7 pounds, yeah, 6 pounds or whatever it is, 8 pounds.
And I think there was another one he even got nominated for.
It's just weird that
this is either his third or whatever.
It's just weird. This would be his Oscar, but Lonnie, I'm going to say it this way.
Well, this was his career Oscar, and he fucked it.
Yeah, he screwed it up. And he did it for, the chick that said in public 90 minutes before any of this shit happened that she didn't care what anybody thought of her bald head. Apparently she did. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the biggest thing we were talking about yesterday is how she's basically getting away with a lot of this. Like,
she's the villain.
The only reason, and that's why I say that this feels like there's still some kind of strange setup to this, is if Will really, if he really wanted to make a statement, he should have waited for the proper joke. This was not it. But anyhow, I don't want to get into this shit anymore.
Me either. But thank you, Lonnie Holcomb. I believe you're probably right. There's definitely some lawyers trying to be involved. I would guarantee it. Plus, there are definitely entertainment lawyers that are trying to work this into a deal for somebody. Probably somebody writing the story of the slap, to be honest with you. Screenwriters. Christian Delorme says, for 10 Canadian dollars, thank you for that, my friend, says, hey guys, I'm a fan of you both. I'm a passive watcher, but I know you both are pillars of whatever streams you are on.
Oh, wow, thank you.
That's very kind. May my Canadian pesos bring you temporary pleasure. Cheers, boys. Well, thank you.
You lie so purty.
Yeah.
I bring everything down I'm on. I read the comments.
I read the comments too. I want to say thank you for those of you who have been commenting on my videos of late.
It's a nice car too, Christian, by the way.
Yeah, it does. It looks nice. It's a very nice. But thank you for the $10 Canadian, my friend. I appreciate it. Looks like Toxic Man flew for $2. He already insulted me with his member chat, and now he's like, that slap was as fake as Culture's weave. It's not fake.
I'm not getting into this debate.
Not fake. Not fake. All right, let's get back to the chat and see if we can get caught up on everything. Lots of folks dropped in, so I want to say thank you for that. I think we even got another couple of super chats that scrolled in here too. At least one. There we go. Blue-eyed Roof Korean the base for $5 says Smith had political aspirations. The party, the Democrat Party, has a terrible leadership bench. Maybe it was a stunt to repair his cuck image for politics and went wrong. Look, I'm one of the people who was firmly on this was staged. I don't think the Academy had anything to do with it. I think they're happy that they got a 600,000 viewer increase, because of it. But it's still the second worst Oscars ever, and the demographic on it still sucks. But I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think that the motivation here would be to
Let's
repair
put it
Will
this way:
Smith
if it wasn't for the
image.
slap, it would have been the lowest
It would have been.
rated Oscars of all time.
It would have been.
That slap did save the show.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
It's proven now.
Yeah. And Willie says it was Dan date and it was Oscar bait. I'm with Tom. Yeah. Shape of Water was a different thing, but
exactly. It had plenty going for it. They could have sold it if they hadn't basically cut it off at its legs.
Yeah. And Pops, I have heard good things about the film. So I hear you. You know, that it was a good film, but you will never watch the film.
Although I heard that Will Smith actually played him as more of a dickhead than he is in real life too, from what I heard.
Dude, he came out today and smacked down on Will. He was quoted as saying, "Yeah, we don't do violence." It was really funny. King Richard came out.
And even worse was when he was hiding behind them in his acceptance speech and using them to apologize. It was a bad move. Bad move.
Yeah, Chris apologized. Will apologize. I don't
know why Chris should apologize, but
why is nobody discussing the real Oscar story? When is Sean Penn going to melt his Oscars? Sean, I actually mentioned that in the 6 Minute Daily today. I want to see this. This should be live streamed for everybody. I want to watch those little gold trophies melt, baby. What do you think, Tom?
I think that Sean Penn is not going to be happy until he's Marlon Brando.
He's already Marlon Brando.
But he hasn't gone full Marlon yet. Yeah, you got to wait till he comes on the set and says, "I'm not wearing pants in this shot."
Yeah, and Denzel actually does deserve the props for being the peacemaker.
Denzel is an uber fucking mensch. I don't give a fuck what anybody says about Denzel.
He's amazing.
He can do whatever fuck he wants as far as I'm concerned.
He is amazing. You know who else was playing a peacemaker was Bradley Cooper. I bet you most people didn't know that.
Is that who that was? Everybody thought that was one of Will's people.
Bradley Cooper was there. His publicist was holding Will's hand.
Bradley, on the other hand, I've not heard the nicest stuff about him.
He gets a bad rap sometimes.
Could be. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt either way.
Yeah. Will Smith was very good in Men in Black. I make this look good.
Well, that's what bothers me about the whole thing is I've been a huge Will Smith fan since I was a kid. In the last few years, he's really kind of made me not so much a fan anymore. Right?
Yeah. Fish Mooney really is the villain.
Well, and I've told this story before about how I drugged my cousin to see Bad Boys. Not here, but I've told the story. But I'm like, I'm going to go see Bad Boys because we were going to see Tommy Boy. I'm like, let's go see Bad Boys 2 while we're at it. He's like, what's that? I was like, it's got Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. He's like, huh? He's like, the Fresh fucking Prince? I don't want to see that. I was like, trust me, it's good.
It's good.
It's going to be good. And then he loved it. But yeah. And I thought that was a Trans Am.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Oh, man. Between that and the Firebirds, man. Ah.
Oh, my buddy used to have, he decked it out basically as a replica to Bandit's car.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
T-tops and all?
Honeycomb. Everything.
Oh, beautiful cars. I miss them. Here's the funny thing, and this I don't think anybody cares, but my first actual car that was my actual car in high school was a 79 Camaro Berlinetta with an 8-cylinder 4-barrel carb, racing tires, the whole nine. I was bananas. That was my high school car, kids. I spent so much money on that car, working on that car, adding to that car, tricking out that car, putting in the stereo.
Like top, isn't it? Christian looks like it.
Yeah, thing's a beautiful car. Thank you for the $5 super chat, my friend. I love that car. I love those cars. You guys don't even know that shape. I am very fond of. I miss shapes in cars.
Oh, 80s cars look pretty boss.
Oh, they were boss, dude. Amazing. Dude, and plus, like, okay, so 1970s, like Chevy Nova.
The 70s had some okay aesthetics, but I really dug the sports cars of the 80s. They really did capture.
Well, the Lotus Esprit looked like a doorstop, was faster than anything.
Yeah.
was featured in James Bond, which was one of the few times you didn't
The
have
90s weren't too bad either.
the Jaguar. Huh?
The 90s had some pretty decent ones too.
Yeah. Sure.
But anyway, let's get into this Ezra's story.
Yeah, sorry. Man, we turned into car talk fast.
And I'm not even
Toxic
a
Man
car
Flu.
guy.
Yeah, Toxic Man Flu for $5 says, I thought the whole Halo thing went well compared to the Oscars. Gosh.
Oh.
Almost
Well,
anything
here's the
went
thing,
well.
guys, is everybody who just keep this in mind. Secret Hideout didn't get involved until later into the season, guys. Like they're taking over for season 2. So anything that's bad now is probably going to get 10 times worse.
Wow.
I don't know how much influence they had on the first season. I just know that they took over for the second season, moved production and everything. So,
good Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got Christian Delorme again. Thank you, my friend, for another $5 Canadian. Says it's a T-top, 5.7 liters. Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
350. Well done. Next generation, A for kit. A for kit.
I think he means after kit.
Oh, it's after kit. Oh, I was thinking he was talking about like active dams on it, like active air dams, but maybe not.
I'm not much of a car guy, so
yeah. I bet you your kid would know.
Oh, fuck yes. He would be like, Dad, that means this. Yeah. Oh, my kid can tell you what car is just by looking at it. Especially when he was little. It was funny as shit.
And you know what, Cavatinho, Cavalryman, Che, I agree with you. The trailer looked good.
Didn't want to see it. That's all right. It's not a movie that's made for me. I'm not expecting it to be anything. I don't think anybody really gives a shit about my opinion on it. So
all right. Well, let's do the better. Let's be. Oh, what's up, DJ Scandalous? Good to see you, man. Great to see you. Haven't seen you in a minute. Need to get you back on the show. I know you're busy. You would have a unique take because you know, I'm sure you would have inserted some Tupac jokes along the way. With the Chris and Will thing anyway. All right. Lots of folks rolling in here today. Another super. Gosh, you guys, thank you for the generosity today. It says Trav for another £2. Sterling says, will Best Picture go to top box office film again? I don't know. I don't think so.
Not this time out because it's been out for so long, but that has happened in the past. Where if a film was still in theaters when it won Best Picture, it has bumped. I can't think of any specifics offhand. I think Ghost maybe, and maybe one or two other times. I'm trying to remember, but it has happened in the past where a movie will bump back up in the box office, or they'll even re-release them. You'll have that too. But in the day and the age of video, yeah, it's kind of gone away.
An 84 Renault Encore ran on an iPhone battery.
There you go.
It's a lightweight car.
Well, in the early 80s, you had, well, here's the thing. The only Mustang I've ever had was one of those early shitty 80s Mustangs where they were 4-bangers because they were dealing with the gas crisis.
Yeah.
It's a nice looking little car, but yeah, it started falling apart electrical wise on me.
Yeah. Fitzchoso's telling you to forget about the DCEU soy version of Flash. Check out his character in his book, Goofanoid. That's right. Fitzchoso's a comic creator, everyone. So you can Goofanoid. Soul Assassin says CultureCasino channel. Well, maybe so. Maybe someday. Darius Munchausen for $1.49 sends us his traditional box of popcorn.
Pop.
Thank you, my friend.
Pop.
Ezra. God, who cares?
I know, right? But he's got to stay topical.
Dude, DJ Scandalous, exactly. This is the take I was expecting from our man here. He says, Jada, I'm not impressed. Tupac would have shot him. That's right.
Did she really say that? I wouldn't be surprised. That's the problem, is you don't even really know for sure anymore.
Oh, dude, I guarantee you, or he'd have disappeared him.
Oh, Southern Belle says the artist. Yeah, that was probably one of them, I think, that bumped back up to number 1.
The artist was a great picture. I mean, a lot of people didn't understand it.
Yeah, there was a couple of other movies that deserved it more that year, but anyway.
You think so? What
year did that come out? I think it was 2019.
19. The artist was it was before that. 2017. I think it was one of the last.
We just did this show with Paulie the other day. We were talking about these. No, it was
It might even been before that. 2017. Oh no, wait, it's even earlier than that. 2011. 2011. Wow.
King's Speech was even better.
That year?
It beat Inception too.
Yeah, well, Inception was I loved
And
it.
The Social Network was the one that should have won.
It was a terrible film.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It wasn't okay. I'm not even going to get into it. We'll do this another time. Christian Dillon for another Canadian $5. Thanks for being cool, guys. Take a bow, boys. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. No, man. Dude, we see a cool
Wait,
car.
that ain't the right year. The King's Speech one. What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
It's been in 2010.
I said 2011.
Oh. Wait. What? I don't care. Fuck it.
Goodman was great in that. I don't care what anybody says. Anyway. Trying to catch up with everybody. Goodness, thank you, Tox. Another $5.
It was the 2012 awards. It beat Joker.
No, okay, I guess I don't have a good.
Oh, fuck. This thing is all fucked up on Google.
Yeah, I guess I don't have a good argument if it will beat out Joker.
Well, Joker was last year, so this is not right. It's not giving me the right fucking thing. It was on that list of worst Oscar picture winners. Paulie and I talked about it the other day. We talked about the other movies that should have won. I can't remember what the fuck.
Okay, well, I believe you. I believe you. Toxic Man flew for $5. Says, gotta bounce, work stuff. Have a good show. Great to see that. Appreciate it. 1979 Cutlass Calais. Ooh, with T-tops. Conceived the first kid in it. Wow. Had wall to wall. We've seen shag
carpet.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about the first van that my parents bought. That thing was carpeted all the way, floor to ceiling. This is insane. Bananas. Yeah, YouTube needs like 2011.
What year is it anymore?
I don't even know. Social Network was 2010. King's Speech 2011. There you go. The Machinist was very good that year. Did you see that?
It beat out Hugo. It beat out, The Machinist.
Hugo wasn't very good.
I haven't seen Hugo yet, but that's a Scorsese film. Don't talk shit about Scorsese.
Okay. Watch it and then tell me it's a good film.
I will. I've been looking for a 3D version of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's only 3D movie.
Trav for another £2 sterling.
Isn't that about the guy who invented filmmaking though?
Let me know what you think of it when you see it.
You know, you just got to rain on my fucking parade every time, don't you?
Not really. Just watch it and then give me your opinion. That's all I said. No rain.
Yeah. Keep Scorsese's name out your mouth.
Anyway, sorry. It happened before. Do you think it will happen again? Yes, I think it will. I just don't know if it's going to be any time in the future. First of all, almost nothing is inspiring in the box office right now. What was the last inspiring thing? Spider-Man, No Way Home, right? We've got, it sounds like I'm going to be really sad because Morbius is going to be terrible. It sounds like, well, Tom, what can you think of anything that's going to be top drawer in the future?
Coming up?
Avatar 2, maybe?
Dune.
Oh, yeah.
I have nothing. I'm looking forward to nothing else at this point. Whatever they come up with for Ghostbusters, that's about, but we're talking years out. I'm looking forward to somewhat to Doctor Strange too, but at this point, I mean, the MCU, I'm a wait and see kind of guy. It was even that way with Spider-Man No Way Home with some of the stuff I was hearing up front. So
Ed Brewer's like, I had an 81 Olds Delta. Oldsmobile Delta 88 gas hog. I swear it was 20 feet long. They were boats back then. Man. Whew. I almost ended up with a Javelin. You remember those beasts?
I had an Eagle.
Wow. Which one?
Was it 82, I think? I don't remember. I just remember I had to keep changing out the fucking radiator in it. I got pretty good at that for a while. Sonic 2 comes out this week, don't it?
Yeah, yeah, and it's getting great reviews. Actually, that's a great,
I'm not
great,
surprised. It looks
yeah,
all right.
great callback. Oh wait, here we go. The Northman.
Oh yeah, that's supposed
Okay.
to be dropping here, ain't it?
Thank you, Zach, for reminding me about a potentially amazing film. You are a good man. Classic Tom and Jerry inspires me. Yes, Chris Mead. So Sonic 2, E. Clay Thomason. Great to see you guys. I really appreciate it. Culture, I'm looking forward to Top Gun 2. Okay, me too. After today's trailer, I will be honest with you. I am also. I clocked out from the MCU. Me too. I'm done with it. I don't care how good Doctor Strange is at this point, to be honest with you. Christian Delorme, once again, goodness, another $10 Canadians. A bit of humor, boys. Why do women prefer sleeping with truckers like me instead of cops, lawyers, judges, or YouTubers? We always back up before unloading. Oh, man. Well done. Your pullout game is strong, my friend. Thank you for another $10 Canadian. I appreciate it. Donahue Javelin. Those are bad old cars. Sonic 2 is next week. That's right. Blue-eyed Roof Korean the base for $2. So CC, I have a 69 Camaro. Beautiful car. Same car as in FF2. Yeah, the Fast and the Furious 2. That car was beautiful. Ooh. That was Too Fast, Too Furious, if I remember the name of the title. That was just Walker and oh gosh, what's the name of the rapper? I always forget his name. Primarily in that, featured in that one.
That was the one that almost made it go straight to video afterwards.
Steve and I am looking forward to the Northman. I think we should all watch it, and then we should actually. This should be a roundtable between us film nerds.
Yeah. Well, I don't know much about Fast and Furious. The only thing I know is it almost went straight to video. That's right, kids. One of the biggest franchises of all time almost was video fodder.
That's insane, isn't it?
Yep, because the third one almost did go straight to video.
Yeah. Oh, and Trav 101 says John Wick 4. Okay, that one I'm definitely looking forward to. You can't.
I am, but I'm kind of worried now because they pushed it back, and I didn't care for John Wick 3 as much as I was hoping for.
I think the subplot was a problem.
Well, it's just we've gotten to this point where it's gotten too over the top. The first movie I can accept. The second movie was starting to get a little too out there. The third movie, I literally felt like I was watching somebody play a video game.
Yeah, I think they're going to pull it back a little bit.
I hope so, because that last one was getting just a little too over the top.
Someday when we go back and we talk about the Matrix, when we do a big Matrix conversation, I want to talk about something that was supposed to happen in the most recent film that didn't, and how that kind of broke the relationship between some people, so that Keanu may not ever do another Matrix thing that's ever, even if they were to continue it, he would not be involved.
Well, Jada broke her silence, evidently.
She did.
Oh, you already covered this?
No, go ahead.
All she said was, "This is a season for healing, and I'm here for it."
Oh, okay. I don't care. Thanks.
On Instagram. What is it with these fuckers living on Instagram?
I don't know. Yes, Tyrese. That's the guy from FF2. Very good. Yes. Thank you, DJ Scandalous. Yes. No, not Ludacris.
She didn't even write it. It was just a fucking like meme post thingy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe she did, but it's still stupid.
Ludacris was so great. Ludacris is always great. I love Luda. 66 Mustang, baby. That's right, Frack off Felger Carb. Absolutely.
Yeah, because Will ain't gonna divorce her ass. She'll get most of the money.
Yeah, you're right. More of a singer. You're more of a singer. You're right. Ludacris is bad, dude. I love Luda. Ja Rule was in the second one. That's who it was. Dude, Common is one of those weird cats, man, that shows up in films. And like, I don't know. It's just weird. I'm sorry, who was Silent Southern Belle? I'm lost. Y'all are talking about it. 87 Daytona. I converted to Shelby's GLMS. Oh my God. You were crushing 911s and vets. Way to go, Daniel Hall. Christian Delorme, another Canadian $5. Thank you, my friend. You must have hit the lottery. A bit late, but still funny. What's the difference between Betty White and Paul Walker? Paul Walker made it to 100.
Oh, too soon.
Wow. He did. Ludacris was in the Fasters. Yeah, he's amazing. He was really good at it. He was Taj, right? That's Taj, and he's the garage. He's the ultimate gearhead. Loved him. God, what a great character. If you're a worthless political writer, you live on Twitter. If you are an insignificant person who doesn't actually create, you live on Insta. Dang, way to go, YouTube me.
Ouch.
Wee. Okay.
Savage.
What's up, Tommy? Good to see you, brother. Tommy and the Guinea Pig collected for $4.99. On a side note, it was awesome watching the community pull together for Drew's mother's final expenses. Yeah. Singer. Yeah, we need to continue to do that. One of the things I want to talk about before we end the show today is that Drew put together a Give, Send, Go, which I actually promoted in today's description on the 6-Minute Daily. I'm going to continue to do that and put it in the description of every video I do for a while. It's not an insignificant hurdle that he has to get over to clear, to try to put some of this expense behind him with his mother's loss. Yeah, and let's be sure to contribute to that, and I will I'll put that. In fact, Tommy, you're a wrench. Please drop that in the chat, my friend. I would appreciate that, so I don't have to try to pull it up. Thank you for that. Gosh, and Tommy's doing some amazing things in the background, guys. He never wants credit for it, but he does a lot. Yeah, Common was one of the stars in Hell's on Wheels. I think so. He was Hitchhiker's Guide. Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff. He was good in Perfect Days. Oh, Smoking Aces was great. Did you see that, Tom?
Years ago. It's actually getting a 4K release for some reason.
Is it really? Yeah. Oh, I might buy that. Jamiroquai. There you go.
That's virtual insanity.
T.I. was in the Ant-Man series. There you go. Daniel Hall. WTF, leave Betty alone. Oh, you guys are great. Oh, what am I doing? Thank you, Tommy. He already beat me to it. There it is. There's the legacy, the Taylor Legacy Give, Send, Go, guys. Please do help out. It's a big mountain to climb, and we're gonna need to do it. Pull together. Please help. Drew, if you're looking for a place to be charitable, this is the place to do it. So thank you, Tommy, for that. Love you, brother. Is 32 here? What are you doing, man? Are you home? You want to send him a link, Tom? Sure. Christian Delorme for Canadian $5 says, I got paid, but you guys need to know you are pillars in every live stream. I mean it. Cheers, boys. Well, thank you very much. I truly appreciate it. You were very generous. And believe me, we are more than thankful. More than thankful. See you later, Fizz Chozo. Guys, check out Fizz Chozo. Everything he's working on with his comic. He deserves it.
Speaking of Nick, I didn't even catch he's on the road. What's the show tonight? What's the Toxic Tuesday? I forgot.
Caddyshack.
Oh, that's right. Duh.
I'll be watching you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing.
The kangaroo stole my ball.
I'm gonna be watching you guys tonight because I would be there, but I'm gonna be playing catch up with the boss still out of town in Texas for the next few days. I'm doing quadruple duty.
One of the greatest comedies of all time.
Yeah, Caddyshack. That's right. Such a great film. Nick Weiser in the road. That sounds nasty. That's right. What's up, Rogue Disney? You watched Caddyshack a few days ago? Well, then you'll be prepared for tonight.
All right.
This is here. Says Rummer has it that Kennedy was responsible for the many delays behind these Lego Star Wars The Skywalker saga. You're kidding me. Rumor has it that Kennedy was. Oh my. Last great comedy, 21 Jump Street. Really?
Probably. Yeah. It was post Step Brothers. That's the only other one I can think of. Dewey Cox.
I can't even think of anything. Dewey Cox was good.
No, I'm pretty goddamn good for a 15-year-old with 7 kids and a monkey.
All right, let's do this. Let's just at least get to one story while we're here. We're 45 minutes.
Yeah, what's going on with Ezra Miller? What the fuck do you do now?
You know what he did. He did this. Flash star Ezra Miller arrested again for disorderly conduct and harassment in Hawaii. He was in a karaoke bar, man.
What in the fuck is that?
That's a nice little necklace he's got going on there, don't you think?
What in the fuck is that?
Isn't he precious?
What in the fuck is that?
Well, it's Ezra Miller, but let's read.
You can listen to the article.
I'm not listening to it. Ezra Miller, who stars in the upcoming DC film The Flash and April's Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, was arrested.
We know what his secret is.
Yes, we do. Was arrested by law enforcement in Hilo, Hawaii. That's on the Big Island, kids. It's where well, someday I'll tell you. On Monday morning, Miller was charged with disorderly conduct and harassment after an incident at a bar. According to a post by the Hawaii County Police Department, South Hilo officers responded to a report of a disorderly bar patron on Sunday evening at 11:30 p.m. Police determined that the agitator had become unruly while other patrons sang karaoke and began yelling obscenities. Miller then grabbed the microphone from a 23-year-old woman singing karaoke and later lunged at a 32-year-old man playing darts. And there he is.
Whatever came about of his last incident?
It got buried. Miller was arrested. Yeah, well, apparently somebody did. Anyway, Miller was arrested and charged on offenses of disorderly conduct and harassment. Bail was set at $500, which Miller provided, and law enforcement subsequently released them from custody.
That's pretty low.
Yeah. Let's see. Variety has reached out to Hilo law enforcement as well as representatives for Miller and Warner Brothers, though no parties could be immediately reached for comment. In 2020 footage that appeared to depict Miller choking a woman in a bar in Iceland surfaced online. Sources close to the situation described the situation as a serious altercation, which led to Miller being escorted off the premises by staff.
He was arrested then too, wasn't he?
Yeah. On the sidewalk wearing flip-flops. Anyway. Miller's arrest comes at an inopportune time for Warner Brothers, as the performer plays a key role in its upcoming Harry Potter spin-off film, Fantastic Beasts and the Beasts and the Secrets of Dumbledore, which is set to begin its global theatrical rollout in April. Miller also plays Barry Allen, also known as The Flash, in the studio's ongoing slate of DC films. After appearing in Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, and Justice League, and Zack Snyder's Justice League, Miller will marquee their own DC film with The Flash. Principal photography has been completed on the solo film, which is set to hit theaters on June 23rd, 2023. Miller was recently featured during Sunday evening's Academy Awards broadcast. Zack Snyder's Justice League won in the newly introduced Oscars Cheer Moment category, which was determined by fan votes via or through online avenues. A sequence described as The Flash enters the Speed Force was voted the most cheer-worthy moment through online polls ahead of the show, with footage from Miller's showcase in the film being featured during the Oscars broadcast.
And it was rigged.
You think so?
Because Snyder Boys just bombarded it, yes.
Oh, well, and that's the
That's
problem
why
with
that
having,
Army movie thing won from Snyder, too.
yeah,
It's,
Army of the Dead.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Boy George on steroids, says Carries. Possibly. He was in Hilo, the tourist spot. Yeah, Hilo is beautiful.
So he was at the Oscars the night before, and then he went to Hawaii, got drunk at a bar.
Remember, there's a 6-hour time difference, right, Kathy? I'm pretty sure it's 6 hours from Pacific to Hawaiian time. It's from Melissa Potts. That doesn't look like him. It was him. Ezra thinks he's David Bowie. He could only wish.
Chameleon.
Oh, you going to California Grill? Have a wonderful dinner. It's amazing. A karate one bar, you say? Karaoke. Speaking of karaoke, I gotta be able to do that with you and Polly next time. I missed that. It's a bummer. Guys doing it when I can't do it. Trust me when I say, if Ezra pissed off one of the locals, he would not look the same. That's true. Did you say hula, Culture Casino? Well, I can say hola. Hula. I can say aloha. And
Malakalikimaka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day.
Mahalo.
That's the island greeting that we send to you from a land where palm trees sway. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright to Sunday. What? It's not karaoke?
Christian Delorme again for a Canadian $5 says, a joke just for you, Casino. Why did the Siamese twins move to London? So the other one can drive. Dude, we are full of the dad jokes today, let me tell you. Thank you for that, Christian. Blue-eyed Roof Korean the base for $5 says, Tom NCC, what is Hollywood's current relationship with China? Will China be a market in the future? Too late to restore Taiwan flag into Top Gun 1. Tom?
They took it out of Top Gun 1?
Don't know.
I've not seen the original Top Gun since I was a kid.
I have it on tape.
I have the 3D version. It's never been opened.
You have the 3D version?
Yeah, just because it was 3D.
You haven't opened it?
Nah.
Tom, it's not like a toy. It's not like it's going to change.
It's a very gay movie, though.
Stop it. You just can't handle the beauty of men playing sand volleyball in jeans with no shirts on. You just can't handle that. It's on you.
I'd rather not.
I'm just saying. Current relationship with China and Hollywood. Not one. Very little one. It's bad. Not good. I mean, it was already going to kind of go south. I mean, that trend was already getting started under the previous administration, but that wasn't really the problem. The problem was China was basically doing what they do with everything. They steal away all of your IP, all of your in institutional knowledge, everything that you know about whatever craft it is that they want to steal, and then they shed you like hair, and they do it themselves. And that's what they did. They built their own version of Hollywood in China. And they did that for a reason, so they can reinforce their propaganda message to their citizenry. Tom, thoughts?
Malakalikimaka is the wise way to say Merry Christmas to you.
We're headed into summer, dude.
That song is still pretty bitchin'.
It is. It's amazing.
I have no real investment in Top Gun as far as the whole China thing. They're pretty much divorced. I don't think there's outside of Legendary and a few other companies that have Chinese ties. I don't really think there's a whole lot left. They pretty much left Paramount. Disney, I think, is trying to disassociate themselves with them at this point. There's
outside of the theme parks that they're stuck.
Yeah, there's that part, but yeah, I don't know.
It's the same problem. So
No, I think that the love affair with China has pretty much
Stop.
ended.
Yeah. There's billions of dollars stuck into a hole that they can't get back. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, Commander says the Taiwan flag was removed from Maverick's jacket. Was that in the first film though, or in the
I
newer
think it's just in
film?
the new one.
I was gonna say I don't remember him messing with the original.
Yeah. Yeah. Here you go. Steven comes up with all of the best picture noms: The Artist, The Descendants, Extremely Loud, Incredibly Close, The Help, Hugo, Midnight in Paris, Moneyball, The Tree of Life, and War Horse. The only films I think were as good as The Artist would have been Moneyball and War Horse. Out of that, The Help was okay. Wasn't great. I enjoyed it though.
Yeah, there was it
So
was
there was
Moneyball was one of the ones we were really like, how the fuck?
was good. It was probably one of the best performances you're going to get out of Brad Pitt too.
Well, I don't know. Tarantino brings some good performances out of him. I love him in Inglourious Bastards. And,
oh gosh, yeah. Well, yeah, but that's not an Oscar film. That's not going to be an Oscar film.
Should have been.
You think so?
Fuck yes. Well, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood should have won. Parasite.
Oh yeah, that for sure.
And Inglourious Bastards. I think Brad Pitt got nominated for that. I know that one was one of the least of Tarantino. I think one of the lesser of Tarantino's nominations, but I think he at least got nominated for it. I'm not mistaken. But
Pope Metallica says Ezra Miller is a bitchy drunk. Confirmed. Yeah.
Oh boy, Warner Brothers and what is this about the company you keep? They are just bunking up with Amber. They're bunking up with Ezra. Boy, how's that working out for you now? You got this motherfucker in your biggest movie coming out. What are you going to do? They ain't going to do shit because Amber can beat the hell out of somebody else, and so, yeah. I'll say it. Ezra Miller's a piece of shit and he does not deserve his fucking job. He can go flip burgers somewhere.
I don't know.
No, I'm sick of seeing the little prick. He's a horrible fucking actor. He's the worst Flash we ever had. He's an egotistical little prick. How's he keep getting away with this shit? You or I, we get into 2 or 3 altercations at the bar. What's going to happen eventually? The judge is going to throw the fucking book at us that third time.
Yep.
He's going to be like, we can't keep meeting like this.
Yeah. So it's a 3-hour time difference, right? So he for him it was like 11 something at night, or excuse me, 11. It was like 8:30 at night, right? And he was already a belligerent asshole.
Well, he was probably fucking sleeping on the plane over there, or drinking on the plane over there. I mean, because that means he probably went straight from the Oscars on a plane over to Hawaii. Because this is only a matter of hours here at this point.
Yeah, I think you need to send a 3D version of Top Gun to Mad Mardigan.
He'll jerk off all over it.
Hey, look.
He'll go find somebody else's penis and use it too.
No shame in that game.
Okay, so screw Ezra Miller. What was our other story you had for us today?
Well, we have another super chat from Christian DeLore.
Take care, Christian. Thank you for being here, man.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your support today. Financially, you sponsored today's show. You and Roof Korean are.
This episode is brought to you by Christian DeLore.
Yeah, and Trav 101.
Sounds almost like a
Blue-Eyed Roof Korean the base,
like a law service. Christian DeLore.
It does. That's a really great name, isn't it? Love that. Rough Girl TV is here. Hello, love. Check out Rough Girl TV's TV channel. Her channel.
I met her the other day. Yes.
Yeah. Check it out. Check it out. Yeah.
Definitely a very opinionated woman.
She's awesome. She's awesome. Crappy 2021 films at the Oscars. Yes, there were. I hope Top Gun 2 is mega gay. Ram Ranch Air Force.
I want a scene where Goose gets goosed.
Hey now. Hey, look, I almost line up with my body down here. Wait, let's see if I can do it. I'd have to lower
You're
my chair.
trying.
Mm.
It's just weird because it feels like we should be seeing your yellow chair through you, not the behind you. It's messing with my brain.
My friend told me they would screw up scenes and accept it because they hated Jonah Hill. Dude, that is such a great film. Did you don't you think that is such a good?
Accepted, it was all right. It
I
was
loved
pretty
it.
decent. It was one of the latter comedies, I guess.
I think Long really is we need him. He delivers, man. He's like such
Well,
that
and I know Justin or Jonah Hill's supposedly a real dick,
he is a douche.
but the kid can fucking act. Like, I mean, I can't take that shit away from him. Of all those guys that came out of that crew, who'd have thunk it, right? Especially if anything, just go see Moneyball and Wolf of Wall Street alone.
God, well, yeah, Wolf of Wall Street was
He's fucking
mind-blowing.
amazing in that.
Oh my god. How do you play real people? Of course, I guess Moneyball, he was like an amalgam of a couple of different people.
He was, yes.
But I'm thinking, how do you do that, man? How do you and he's so good at it, dude. Wolf of Wall Street, I
love him in Wolf of Wall Street. so you got to be careful because these things, they get together and they gossip.
So good. Amber versus
Ezra. Some crap with me. Come on, smoke some crap with me.
Soul Assassin, Amber versus Ezra. I would pay for that.
Yeah, I'd pay to watch that.
Ryan Long put up a "Say No to Bald Wife Jokes" video. It's funnier than Amy Schumer's boyfriend's jokes. Oh wow! I'm gonna have to look that up.
That's not hard to do though.
I don't know why Ezra's in these movies either.
I don't get him. What was his big breakthrough hit? Who is he?
Okay, so he came from television, right? He was in the show Royal Pains. He got
Never
that
heard
gig.
of it.
Royal Pains.
I've heard of Growing Pains.
It was a USA show, a USA television show.
I don't watch that shit.
I'm just
my mom watches, what was it, Psych or whatever that was on there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was like around the same kind of time frame. And that particular show was pretty popular. He did do a good job playing the character he was as a kid who was essentially more responsible than his parent. He
was in We Need to Talk About Kevin. I vaguely remember that.
And he made friends with the right people. I
hate him in every single thing I've seen him in. Mm-hmm. I fucking hate. Believe it or not, he is the worst part of The Stand.
Bye, Chris.
Between him and Amber Heard, he is the worst part. She is actually playing within character. That's the funny thing. Like, once you see the show, you're like, yeah, I can see totally why they casted her as the bitch. You know? But he comes in there and it's just like, man, Matt Frewer acted circles around your little ass.
Yeah. Like you said, I don't understand his appeal. According to Gary, he has a particular appeal to certain kinds of producers. So,
I can tell which kind.
This says Kathleen Kennedy was said to hate many of the jokes in the upcoming Star Wars Lego game, like the blue milk joke. Well, there you go. What's up there, that 70s? Good to see you, buddy. I heard you had a great show, that 70s. With this guy here.
I hopped in for like 5 minutes.
I heard it was really good. Hey, what's up, Grant?
Hey.
Grant, I'm recording a video I'm going to send you. So, and thanks for embarrassing me with the member video. That's great. By the way, if you're a member, there's a new short up. It's not very long because it's a short. And we're going to publish that to everybody here, maybe Thursday or Friday. So if you want your exclusive sneak peek at that, there you are. Tomorrow we're going to do a member stream, just a little programming note for everybody. So let's see who else is here. Ezra Miller needs hormone replacement therapy. I don't know. I wouldn't know any of that. Wouldn't know anything about it. Death Angel Shadow. I know you know that I'm not telling the truth. I can't even do that. I know Tom could. Let's see. Who else is here? I thought it was a fine show. Magitech Mags has already seen the video. That's right. I guess he's entertaining like a small puppy. Well, there you go. All right, we got one more
Really?
thing to get to because we
I
needed
don't
at least
know.
two
I
stories.
don't want to sit there and watch him. I don't. He's not appealing to me.
Oh. But he's appealing to somebody, Tom. Yes. Speaking of which, Foo Fighters have now officially canceled their tour because of what happened with the drummer,
No surprise, but
Taylor Hawkins. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
it's the better move instead of trying to quickly
Well, think
pull
about
in somebody else or
think
something.
about what happened with the Stones with Charlie dying, right?
Well, it's just the better move.
Yeah.
You take a break, then you pull in somebody new. You make up the dates. It is what it is. It's one of those things that you just got to get through. It's sad. It's sad, but you can't let the show end because of that. That's the sadder part, I guess, the way to put it.
Wow. But they let it go, and we'll see what happens. It says this is a time to grieve, to heal, and to pull our loved ones close. And I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah,
Again,
take a break.
Yeah, and then come back. Eric K is here, but he can't talk because he's driving. So be safe, Eric K. Thanks for being here. Don't chat and drive. RIP for sure, says everybody in the chat. 100%. Yeah. That's a huge bummer. I still don't know. There no cause of,
Well, I've kind of heard some things, but
about
sounds like it was probably an OD
consumption.
I don't know of what, but yeah, or maybe a mixture. Who knows?
Yeah. All right. Well, and then we'll jump into this one because nobody cares.
Yeah, I heard about this. Not only that, you can get some kind of lifetime subscription to it. Ooh, goody.
Nobody wants this. Nobody wants CNN Plus. This CNN is the biggest car crash, flaming ball of destruction ever. And they still launched this thing. I would have pushed this, to be honest with you. But the long-awaited, heavily promoted CNN Plus debuted today with a lineup of live and on-demand programming in the media world, a dose of doubts. No kidding. Among them, rivals have already staked their space in the streaming universe. The subscription streaming service needs more must-have programming to lure customers already sated in monthly fees. That's true. Actually, I'm doing a video on that. That's what I'm going to be sending Grant later.
God, the South Park couldn't have got this better.
This is just terrible.
They've totally predicted everybody was going to have a plus max something or other.
Yeah. But look at this. Monthly subscription is priced at $5.99, the same as Fox News, Fox Nation, which launched in 2018. Talk about being late to the party. 4 years late.
I just seen some advertisements for that. They're showing the Passion of the Christ.
Yeah.
But getting a sequel of all things. Did you see
that? How do you sequelize?
It's called Passion of the Christ Resurrection.
There you go. But CNN is also offering a 50% lifetime discount for those who sign up in the first month. So instead of $6, it's $3.
Nobody wants it. That's bad.
They're going to have a bundled offering with HBO Max.
They're going to be able to sell the goddamn thing.
Who would want this? Not only that, these are your people: Jamel Hill, Scott Galloway, Rex Chapman, Carrie Champion, plans for Ava Longoria. There's a bunch of stuff here, right? The only thing that might interest me is the replacement for Bourdain, which is Stanley Tucci's Searching for Italy, but nobody cares.
Most of the people I know who would be interested in this don't use streaming services.
They've sunk $100 million into development.
Oh, why? If I was Warner, I'd be like pissed. Why would they even do that?
I don't know. Jeff Zucker, I don't know. This is like a vanity project. Here's the numbers. Leichman Group found an online study of 4,400 adult consumers of video that 56% of people who subscribed to paid TV packages indicated that news programming was very important. Among the cord cutters, it was only 32%. In other words, you're not going to be a broad appeal service. Only 32% of people want your shit because, again, most people don't buy into the bologna sausage of the mainstream anyway. Just terrible.
Now, Mags is asking a good question: are they going to bundle this with AT&T cable like they or whatever, like they did direct with
No,
Disney Plus?
no, I don't believe so. They were
So they're
talking
not
about
going to force you to take it anyway.
no, they're talking about a future bundle option which would be included with HBO Max, but they are not doing an AT&T thing. First of all, AT&T has been spun off from, has spun off DirecTV into its own entity, as they have done with now Warner Brothers Discovery, which is a spinoff. We should start getting a lot of news around that. Oh, I'm so excited. HBO Max ended 2021 with 73.8 million global subscribers.
The excitement, I can feel it.
There isn't any.
Whoa!
Yeah, and
Rush.
yeah, and you know what? Death Angel's Shadow is right. You can always set up a news aggregator.
Or better yet, you know what? Just do it yourself. That's what I do.
Yeah,
If I'm really that interested in something, I'll seek it out myself. Go to multiple sources, not rely on one source.
yeah. I'm not going to pay for streaming news, me either. I bet CNN going to file Chapter 8 and be bought out. I think, based on what John Malone has said, he just wants to turn it around and make it pretty much a more hard news, non-weighted treatment,
They need to go
non-biased
back to
treatment.
what it initially was, just the straight fucking news. Every hour at the top of the hour, you get the top stories. None of this political leaning bullshit. None of this talking head nonsense where you got 15 fucking people on there giving the same fucking echoed statement. I mean, it's horrible how look, I get it. They were trying to compete with Fox News. They did what they had to do. Guess what? Your golden goose is gone.
They cooked it.
You need to come up with another fucking gimmick. Maybe going back to there's a reason why you started a whole nother channel called Headline News. Why? Because you quit doing the fucking headlines at the top of the hour. That's why. You dumbasses. The first 24-hour news cable channel in America was one of the biggest channels on cable for years, and they fucked it.
Just like MTV.
Congratulations.
It's the same thing that happened with MTV, Tom. Yeah. And look, news is a cycle. And yeah, I believe me, the 24-hour news cycle, sure. But you always did the headlines. You always reset your headlines. And it depended on what your format was, but you would do it every 10 to 15 minutes. That was your format. And then you ran away from that for some flipping reason. Because the news that you were doing was basically there for people to just jump in, take a look at, drop out when they wanted to, unless there was some kind of a breaking event, right, Tom?
Yeah, I would say that shit really changed with like 9/11, and maybe even a little sooner than that with the Gulf War. There was it became CNN really kind of took on this idea of, oh, well, and probably the OJ trial as well. There's those few events, in a matter of a couple of years that really
shuttle disaster.
Yeah.
9/11.
Was CNN around during the shuttle disaster yet, though?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember how early they were. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, the CNN retrospective video that I'm still trying to get done includes all of the basic history of the stories around it all. I'm going to go through everything that happened. But I mean, essentially, that's the place where people first turned when events like this happened, when OJ was in the world's slowest speed chase ever.
Exactly. I mean, that was kind of the thing. And I think they got that kind of rush of, oh, yeah, when there's something going on where we can beat the hell out of the news for 24. And it's similar to what we do here on YouTube. But what people like us, like Midnight said, we try to avoid, right? We try not to beat these things like a dead horse. We won't do 20 videos on the same fucking subject. It's just not our fucking gimmick. But that's what this news on demand is going to become, and that's why I bring it up. It's going to be no different than YouTube, because you're going to have these salacious headlines to try and get people to watch these videos now, instead of them just getting the straight news. And that's the biggest problem we have right now in the news media, is how it is so amped up, right, to that nth degree, that it's everything's life or fucking death. And they show their bias like crazy, but for those who don't realize that, I mean, it's just, this shit's making America nuts, and they're not taking any kind of fucking responsibility for it. All the nasty things that a lot of critics used to say about the news and the 24-hour news cycle and the media has come to fruition tenfold, right? Like, a lot of the stuff that we used to like shake our heads at and go, it's just conspiracy theory bullshit. Well, it's become reality now. And that's where I cannot fucking understand why we're even at this point anymore. And CNN used to be something that we could turn to, like you said, and just get straight fucking news. Didn't have to worry about this salacious stuff. But I think, they got this taste of, if we have an event, a tragedy, a big, huge trial, what have you. And then they tried to use Trump for that for 4 fucking years. And look how that worked out in the end.
Yeah, it ended up, they had some ratings hit up and down depending upon whatever scandal they could, falsely throw out there. But, Mr. Grant Gregory cites that CNN first changed during the Clinton impeachment. That's when I noticed clickbait titles in the entire segments, too much hyperbole. I agree with you, Grant. You're 100% right. I think that was about the time. Man Squatch mentions that, because I mentioned the subscribers, 78.3 million subscribers for HBO Max is $780 million a month. You have a lot of pass-through costs. You have a whole lot of other things that go along with that. Not to mention the fact that they're spending $8 billion a year on content. So they're not really making money. None of these things are going to be profitable for several more years. True story.
Well, and the bigger problem is they never took into consideration the things that you and I always say, Culture, is the reason Netflix was so profitable. It was only so profitable because you motherfuckers were the ones paying them. Duh. When you got 6, 7 studios sending all their movies to one place.
Yep.
Duh.
Yeah. I mean, you had another content distribution place to send your stuff. That Netflix was that place. And now
you're getting paid by them is what I meant to say, but you knew what I meant.
Yeah. And you want, again, Netflix bought your stuff. Now you want to sell the stuff yourself, and you're finding out it's not that effing easy, and it costs a lot of money. And then you have to start making stuff yourself.
It's basically like this. I make a doohickey.
Yeah.
Culture has a store that sells doohickeys.
Yeah.
So Culture gives me a deal where if I sell him 12 doohickeys for the price of 10, he'll do that every month. Yep. Okay, that sounds like a pretty goddamn good deal.
It is.
But then I get the harebrained idea, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to make my own doohickey store. But now the only doohickeys I'm going to have to sell are mine. No other ones. I can't sell anybody else's doohickeys.
Right.
And I open said store. And people start complaining to me because they used to be able to go over to Culture's store and get that same exact doohickey for $2. But now when they come here to my store, because that's the only place they can get said doohickey, my brand, it costs $7.
That's right.
Because I have to take up all that and absorb all that overhead and extra cost that Culture's store was helping me take care of by guaranteeing buying that many. See, now I can't guarantee that many people are going to come and buy my doohickeys no more.
Yep.
So eventually some people are going to stick around because they really, really like the quality of my doohickey. They do. But some people are just going to be like, you know what? It's not much different than the doohickeys over at Culture store. I'm just going to go over there because they're cheaper. Yep. Sorry. Nothing personal. It's just the way it is. And that's what they've done. That's what they've done. And then they're sitting there throwing their hands up in the air and going, I just don't understand why we're not making Netflix money.
Netflix wasn't even profitable until 4 years ago.
They technically never really were. If you really go and dig into Netflix, they were always borrowing from Peter to pay Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody like Tom Conkle will tell you how some of these streaming services work. They don't pay you until the end of their license.
Yeah.
And there was people complaining. That's the other thing I can't believe they don't remember is a lot of them were complaining about the fact that Netflix was late with payments all the time.
Yep.
So like, but yet they had the money to spend on their own productions. So
yeah, it's such a mess. I like you said, streaming isn't the cash cow everybody wanted to portray it as, and they all wanted to get into the same game, thinking that it would replace their theatrical studio releases and create a revenue stream that would essentially allow them complete control, which is the problem with all of this stuff now. Everybody wants complete control in a confiscatory way, whereas the previous studio model was perfect. They'd refined it to the point where you do have a theatrical release, you have a pay-per-view release, you have a digital release.
You forgot video in there, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And then you put it out on home video in whatever format that is.
And then they've also, like you said, the cable releases Netflix has kind of replaced cable. And you've also killed that market of network television, right? On top of it all, because you make something on streaming all the time. Who's going to sit there and wait for it to come on television? Right? When we were kids, you had to sit there and wait if you didn't have a VCR, if you didn't have the ability to rent a movie. And even before VCRs were a big thing, that was a big deal when Superman was on TV, when Jaws was on TV, when The Godfather was on TV. Everybody stopped and said, hold up, this fucking movie's on TV. I'm going to see it because I ain't seen it in X amount of years. And chances are I'm not going to see it again.
When Raiders of the Lost Ark was on television.
Another great one. Yeah, Star Wars, all those.
Oh, man, you were glued. Because
right? It made them worth more. That's why people would pay so much for these movies back in the day, because you just couldn't get your hands on them.
$69.99
or more than that in some cases. I know guys who spent $100 on the Star Wars VHS in beta when it first came out.
And that was back then. $100 was worth about what, $500 or $600
at least somewhere in that. So that's what I'm saying. Like they have made their movies that used to be to some people worth a lot of money. Like there's still some movies where if I can't get a hold of them, I'd probably part with a little bit of money to get my hands on it. But now they've made that worth nothing more than the next thing that's next to it on the streaming service. And we've said this a million times before, but the biggest travesty of that is the Disney archive, right? How in the world could you manage to do this to Walt Disney's films? Now Pinocchio ain't worth no more than fucking Hannah Montana.
Yep, which is dumb, which is absolutely stupid. But Eric K for
I can't think of any of their newer shit. Sorry.
Yeah, their newer shit's not memorable. Eric K for an 11-month member chat. Thank you, Eric K. Says, Tom, you have a quality doohickey. I would buy it.
Thank you, sir.
That's right. Speaking of,
you guys are loving my doohickey.
There's a lot of doohickeys.
My doohickey loves you.
There you go.
Even if you don't love my doohickey like E-Clay, you know what? Even Chinese people got to make doohickeys.
It's very true. Your Muslim uncle, assalamu alaikum, my friend. Says, oh yeah, the turtle and the tent master. Well, thank you for that. I guess I'm the tent master. You're the turtle. Makes sense. All right.
You have a tent that's out by the lake. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. It's better than the van by the river.
You live in a tent, a circus tent by the river. I could see that.
Would be fun. Take me to the river.
Like a revival.
Drop me in the water.
Are you ready for a miracle? Are you ready? I could see you as like an evangelist. I could totally see you.
Okay, so have you seen The Apostle?
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I know what it is. It's
one of the greatest films.
More memorable to me is the one with Steve Martin and Meatloaf.
Oh, yeah. But I often thought I would like to do a remake of The Apostle, and I would want to play the preacher.
I could see you in one of those white suits.
Yeah.
Fingers full of rings and fancy watches.
Oh, wait a minute. No. I'm not going to be like Baker. No.
Yes, totally. I will be your agent.
Baker.
People will come up to touch your hair. You're the second coming of Jesus, for fuck's sake.
Man, no.
You convince me that you're not. Look at you.
I can't even get you to stop cursing.
But God loved us. Jesus loved sinners. He hung out with some of the worst people.
He did. He befriended them as well.
Are you ready for a miracle?
Mr. Grant Gregory wants to know when the next karaoke is.
Right now. Are you ready for a miracle?
I wish. Speaking of sending money, please do consider the Give, Send, Go. The Taylor Legacy Give, Send, Go to help out Drew to cover the obligations of taking care of his mother's arrangements and all of the things that happen when you enter probate and all of that.
And in all seriousness, even if you can't send any money, prayers
help.
That do help. So
prayers
yes.
Help. Yeah. Trav 101 for a $5 sterling. Thank you for that, my friend. Says, if you were a company, would you prefer a guaranteed monthly income from a streaming site, or having to risk putting out a new movie every weekend? I would be all happy with the
why not both? Because that's what they both had before. They could release their movies, and then they sold them to Netflix on top of it all. Yeah, you do look like Buddy Christ. Doesn't it just pop, Buddy Christ?
All right. I know this. I am not Benny Hinn, but thank you.
Just like the tobacco companies. Oh Lord, if we only had their numbers.
That's right. That's so true.
He is so great. Kevin Smith be damned.
I know.
Cardinal Glick, George Carlin, hands down one of the best performances ever.
Welcome to the Church of Culture Casino. Yeah, if you've ever been to a tent revival, they're a hoot and a half, kids. Hoot and a half. Christ Casino or Culture Christ, guys, come on. I mean,
ladies and gentlemen, you can touch Culture Casino's hair for a total of 5 seconds, but if you pay, you can touch it a little longer.
Look, I had somebody offer me money for my hair the other day. That was surreal.
Golden fleeces of hair.
Surreal. Which would I prefer, though? Trav wants to know from that super chat.
Well,
I would prefer the monthly. I mean, honestly, guaranteed income for any corporation is important, and you can always make adjustments when your contract renews if the cost of supply has risen. It's just like rent. Being a landlord, it's just like renting a car. Any of those things.
I'll give you 2 cases now where a studio has averted taking a chance in theaters and going straight to streaming. Paramount signed over Beverly Hills Cop 4 and 5 and Coming to America 2 over to streaming services. Beverly Hills Cop is supposed to be coming to Netflix eventually whenever they film it. And of course, we've already seen Amazon had Coming to America 2. Arguably, the way the movie turned out, I think it was probably the better move for Paramount. Oh, yeah. I don't think they would have made their money back in the theaters with that. No. I don't think the word of mouth was good enough on Coming to America 2. And Eddie Murphy's star is just not as big as it used to be. As much as I love him, I was disappointed in the film. So and I know a lot of people were. So I can tell you now, it wouldn't have went well.
He has had such. It's like whoever was helping him pick films.
Well, the biggest problem is, I hate to say this, I watched Oscar last night. You know who directed that? John Landis. You know who directed Coming to America? John Landis. You know who directed Coming to America 2? Not John Landis.
That's the problem.
They're missing John Landis. If you hate him or love him, he was the core of that movie's humor, I think. And he kept Eddie going in that direction it needed to be. This movie just felt like a greatest hits collection. Yeah. But they made sure they didn't lose any money on it. Hey, we got Bounding in the chat. Hey,
what's up, John? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Have you been over there on the Black Pill stream, Tom?
No.
Oh, you gotta go on a Black Pill stream.
I am a Black Pill.
Yes, you are. Yeah, you are. But you should do it one time. They're a lot of fun. It's good to see you, John. Guys, Bounding into Comics makes great content. A lot of us use that content to do our videos. They're amazing. So say thank you to John. I know I do. Is Achmel Foley going to be in them? Tom? Achmel Foley?
As far as I know, Axel's involved. Eddie's involved.
Are they going to get Bronson Pinchot back to do that character?
I don't know if he would or not.
That's true. I don't sell my hair. I do give it to charity. That's very true. Tom, Az just gave a lame reason you were squeezed out of FNT.
Okay. I don't know what the hell it could be.
You were squeezed out of FNT. Which was... Eddie Murphy's best friend is Brian Robbins, who made a string of failure films starring Eddie Murphy. Well, there you go. Yeah. Too many panelists.
It's kind of true. I got gender swapped, basically, but yeah, it's all right. Chrissy's funny.
Yeah. Thank you, Tommy. Yeah, folks, this is the link to help out Drew after he lost his mother. And with that, I don't know. There's not a lot else to talk about, Tom. Can you think anything else we could talk about?
Not really. I think we've 90 minutes hit it, considering there really wasn't that much to talk about.
No.
We did avoid getting too deep into.
Oh gosh, I if I never talk about the,
we're going to end up talking about it just because it's going to be one of those things that's going to drag out.
I hate it.
The Oscars have yet to really make a clear statement on it, so we'll have to get to see what they decide to do. And
the Academy is just, ugh. But look, I mean, this is one of those stories, and we have them every once in a while, and I know the audience gets it. I'd never want to cover the Rust story. I was done with that after the first 3 days, right? I don't make a string of videos on the same subject. That's not me. And that's fine. I'm not criticizing anybody that does that. Don't care. And believe it or not, I'll watch it because, I mean, pretty much all day yesterday, the Quarterings videos were all about the Oscar stuff, right? But I don't want to make videos about Rust. I've already done it. I don't want to make videos about this Oscar thing, which I haven't. You know, it's just, I mean, and I know I'm missing out on clicks and all that, but I mean, it's already being done to death. I don't know.
Yeah, Trav, John Landis did direct Beverly Hills Cop 3, but there's a catch. Eddie didn't want to be funny. He was at this point where he was trying to be more serious. And he told Paramount he didn't want it to be a comedy. So Paramount went and told John, make Eddie funny without him knowing it. That's why that movie turned out into a complete disaster.
I didn't really like it.
I like it, but it's definitely not nearly as good as the first two, obviously.
The first two were great. And now you've lost too many of the actors.
Well, no, most of them are still pretty much alive. I mean, you'd have a hard time justifying why Taggart and you would bring back
jobs.
A lot of them would be there. Yeah, but I mean, you could still bring back Judge Reinhold. Like you said, if you can get Bronson
Pinchot back, yeah. I just don't know that you could. Yeah, John, you always make it to the end, but I appreciate that you make it at all. It's great to see you, buddy. Yeah, we did spend 45 minutes saying hi to everybody. So, and I think Tom had to go on mute for a moment. Yeah, Tom on Loki streams is amazing. So for now, the Academy condones violence. I hope that's not true, Larry.
Show to show up. You know,
there you go. You're back. You were gone for a minute, Tom.
Yeah, that was being.
That was weird.
Having a little hiccup.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm just glad you're there. So Jack Murphy just got cast in Bad Boys 4.
Really?
That's a great job. Let's see. Okay. Christian Delarme is back with another.
I thought he left. Yes.
Me too. Says, one last joke, guys. Rosie O'Donnell got busted at the Canadian border. They found 50 pounds of crack on her.
Let me update that for you, Melissa McCarthy. There you go.
Oh, hey now. Well done indeed, Christian Delorme. Thank you for the Canadian $5 once again. Today's show has been sponsored by Blue Eyed Roof Korean, Trav 101, and of course, Christian Delorme. Thank you
Did you
very
miss a
much.
super chat from Marby Dog?
I did. I have it starred. I was going to go back to it. CNN Plus has a reality TV show based on Don Lemon's life. The working title is Tainted. Oh, that is so wrong in so many ways. And this is a dude that's going to a jury trial for his inappropriate behavior with another person. CNN is a trash fire floating down a burning river. It's just insane.
But they woke. So I do recognize Larry.
Larry.
I know almost everybody in this chat, I think.
It's called catharsis. I like having front row seats to a nuke. Oh boy.
I'm pretty sure I've seen at least all of you once or twice
everywhere,
before, if not more.
I see. Yeah, we have a great crossover audience. I appreciate all of your support, guys. You're incredible.
The only one that I would, Death Angel's Shadow is the only name I don't necessarily recognize, but that could be somebody who changed their name.
Death Angel Shadow's been bouncing around chats for a while now, I've seen.
Okay,
so
that's the only one I don't necessarily recognize offhand, but no, I recognize everybody else so far.
Yeah, but when you have over 1,000 at one time on Midnight's Edge, I don't know how you keep up.
Oh, it's tough, but we try.
Yeah.
That's why the show's 3 hours long. So we can keep up
so
everything. And HVP, of course.
Yeah. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate all of you. Like I said, I can't say enough. We've gone 6 minutes over time, and that's okay. We're gonna wrap it up. I've got a couple videos to record, get in the box, and get over to Grant. You got anything going on, Tom? I know we've got
mead in just under 2 hours. Yeah. Or 2 hours ish.
Hopefully work does not preclude my attendance from said event. I'll let you know if it does.
Awesome one. There's a karaoke Tom, but he's more fun.
Where is karaoke Tom?
Karaoke Tom shows up when karaoke shows up.
You're plenty memorable. Death Angel Shadow, you're fine.
No, I don't recognize the name. That's all. I will next time now, though.
Yeah.
I usually memorize you guys by your icons, and then you shitheads change them.
Except what's awesome is the lovely Sherry will change her icon like every day. It's amazing. So she does a great job with that.
There's a weed Tom and a mullet Tom. Okay.
Weed Tom.
This is kind of true.
Yeah, Tom needs to take a nap. Tom told me he'd been sleeping all the day.
I actually overslept too much today. A little bit.
It's like Romper Room. We want to hear our names. I agree with you, Terry Rose. I do.
Because Andre's like, we should do an Ezra Miller video. I'm like, should we really?
Didn't we just do a slap everything around video?
Banana Facts with Banana Dave. No, I don't know you, Banana Facts with Banana Dave, but considering you asked me that, I'm willing to bet you're probably somebody else under a dummy account.
I love Banana Facts with Banana Dave. We had dueling bananas in a Mad Barber Entertainment stream.
I can imagine at least one of 3 people it probably is.
Yeah, I love everybody.
Larry, you have not changed your icon in years. Thank you.
Yeah, and let me tell you this. Mutant Bamhammer says the correct thing. No one complains when Lola changes her icon. 'Tis true. Lola Meets has an amazing ability to pick out the perfect representation of the female form regularly. Wow.
Yeah, E-Clay Trucker Tom needs to make a comeback.
Yeah, where is
Trucker Tom is kind of basically, look, I'll be honest with you. Trucker Tom is basically Frank Marshall. But sooner or later, Frank Marshall is going to have to be retired. It's just, so it'll probably translate to that character. Don't tell anybody, though. It's just going to happen eventually.
There are rumors that Will Smith plays Dueling Bananas. Ooh, Mads knows about Dueling Bananas.
They're the same voice. I'll be honest with you.
You do a great job, though. You're really good at that. There you go. Was it like dueling dongs and skin deep? Dude, those glow in the dark condoms were weird. Weird.
Yeah, you're right, Grant. It is kind of like, it is more of a, there's a country twist to it. Not so much cocaine, more country. But yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm going to make Trucker Tom sing too.
I was born in a small town. In a
Have myself a ball in a small town.
I'm probably down a small town. That's the hard part of singing in voices is... Yeah.
Well, but Kermit's easy. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side?
But it's not as funny when you get to sing other songs like You Don't Have to Be Beautiful to Rule My World.
I don't know.
You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign I'm compatible with. I just want your extra time, and I want a pig.
CultureCasino, I'm back, and this is what I come back to.
I'm too sexy for my love. Too sexy for my love. Love's going to leave me.
Oh, you guys are so
well,
weird.
Ricada's doing see, here's the thing. Nick does a good Kermit, but he does what's his face? The second Kermit.
Oh gosh, the guy that
Steve
I didn't
Whitmore.
Like I didn't like Whitmore's Kermit.
I didn't either, but Whitmore at least understood Kermit better than this new guy.
Oh,
I got to give him credit for that.
God, yeah, absolutely.
He may not have had the best voice, but he at least understood Kermit.
Hey, Klaus. Dadman Walking is here. Good to see you, my friend. I hope things are a little better for what you guys have been going through. So my heart and prayers are with you as well.
See, there's original Kermit, and then there's Steve Whitmore Kermit, which is more down here. Like
He does like, yeah, it's just kind of not. I can't even do Whitmore's Kermit.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie. I can't do it right now. I can't do it. I'm not ready. I'm not tuned into Kermit at the moment. It's bad. We got to go. I keep trying to make us go, and now they've made us go another 10 minutes. You guys are amazing.
They got me doing voices. Don't get me doing the Looney Tunes.
All right. Now, you want to, other than me, do you want to promote anything, Tom? Because I need to.
Safe sex.
That too, dude. Wear a glove. Wrap your stuff, kids. Wrap your packages. Anyway, without all that, guys, I'm going to end it the same way I always do. Be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Did you?
It's time to go. Maybe it's not. Who cares? It's the CultureCasino